Flosstube, Stephanie here, Ms. Oh So Crafty. Hello and welcome. If you're new, welcome back. If you're one of my old subscribers, great to be here. It's been almost 3 weeks. I wanted to record last weekend, but it didn't happen because I invested a lot of time and energy into doing a home improvement project that turned my whole kitchen breakfast area where I am right now into a disaster area. So where I needed to film was basically covered with tools and equipment and stuff, and it was not ideal for filming Flosstube. But here we are, and I've got lots of stuff to share. I've got whips, I've got NFO, I have some stash positions, and let's get started. So after the last video, the first thing I worked on was Earth Goddess, and my goal in that was to do some backstitching, which I did. So this pattern is by June Elliott. It's stitched on 32 count Highland Belfast. If I picture this plus, I will insert a pic of what it looked like before. And here we are now. So I spent 3 days doing a lot of backstitching. I completed all the backstitching on the bottom half. So close, you can see there's gold leaves that are backstitched in her darker area of the skirt, and then the zodiac symbols up here, and all the little mushrooms, the butterflies, the snails, and I did a little bit of the vine over here. That vine is done in the green krennic, and it is painstaking. I have figured out that it's probably going to take me another 8 hours to work the vine all the way around the circle. So I think what I'm going to do when I go back to it is do one thread on her upper body and then one thread of the krennic and so forth. Because basically I don't want to be in a position where the last thing standing between me and the end of the project is this vine. It may never get done, so I'm happy with it. I really like how it came out, with the backstitching, and I did make some modifications. I didn't do any of the stair-step stuff the way it was charted because I just don't like the stair-step thing for the elegant lady. So I basically make longer lines to smooth out the curves and that kind of thing. So there she is. I am looking forward to working on her again, I guess, next month in November, and hopefully I can finish her off this year. So after that, I started a new project, and that was Gigi by Nora Corbett. I will insert a pic of what it's supposed to look like. I'm stitching this on 32 count Jobelin Knits colorway by Under the Sea Fabrics. Here it is. So this is basically the bottom left quarter of the chart. This was about 3 or 4 days of work. And there's about 5 colors in there. Greens and blues and black basically. And you can see this is basically her bustle, her wrap, and that's her broomstick coming up. And then this little bit down here, that's the edge of her dress, the hem of her dress. This was a lot of fun to stitch, although I did have some problems with the tension. I'm stitching this on a fat quarter of fabric mounted horizontally on my scroll bars because I want to do Anna on the other half over here. So they're facing each other. And I had this on 24-inch scroll bars with rather short sidebars just because I was using the longer sidebars for something else and I was too lazy, and I could not get good tension on it. So I ordered a Q-snap and it came. I tried it. The tension with the Q-snap, I didn't actually stitch with it, but I did put it on the fabric, and 2 things became apparent to me. To stitch in the ditch on the Q-snap, you definitely need a grind guard because otherwise your fabric is just flopping around in the area you're trying to stitch. And the tension is good, but it holds the fabric really tightly. I'm not sure that I'd want to use it for a delicate linen or something like that. I think what I'm going to do with this is just try it again on the scroll bars with the longer sidebars and see if I can get better tension. Hopefully I'll be able to get good tension that way. And I will save the Q-snap maybe for like 8 o'clock projects because 8 is tough and I'm not worried about that. Or if I ever get back to my full size Heaven and Earth design, it would be perfect for that. So I am glad that I got it, but I don't anticipate becoming like a Q-snap user on any regular basis. Oliver's coming to say hi. You want to say hi, honey? Come here. Sorry, he just ran away. Okay, so after that, the calendar turned over into October, and the first 2 days of October, that weekend, I worked on... You back? Can you say hi? Hi. Kiss. So the first 2 days of October, I worked on the 12 Days of Christmas by Joan Elliott, and this is stitched on 32 count white with silver sparkle by Fabric Flair, using the fibers that came in the Design Works kit and the chart for that matter. That chart is awful. It's tiny, it's hard to read. I had to blow it up just to sort of make it out. Even then, sometimes I have to look at the picture that came like on the cover of the kit to figure out what I'm supposed to do in a certain area, just because the symbols are like unintelligible. So here it is. What I did this past time is work on the back stitching. So I completed the black back stitching for the maid and the lady dancing. And then I did the black for the drummer, the piper, and the Lord of Leaping. And then I did the green for the vines. And I did a little bit of the green here for drumming. So that was 2 days, and not bad progress. I still have to do more of the green and the red for the text, in here. And then there will be French knots and beading. So I'll work on it again this month, and it will be a focus project in December to get it done. If it's certainly for the Stitch Mania 12 Days of Christmas stitch along, if it's not done by then, we'll see. Alright, sorry about that. I had to take a little break and deal with my son. So anyway, so in October it's the Babson Small Stitch Along over in Stitch Mania, and I decided to work on my Donner project, hoping to finish it off. So I'll insert a picture of what it looked like before. Here, this is how it looked now. It's stitched on 32 count pewter opalescent Belfast from Picture This Plus. And as you can see, I finished all the cross stitching. So I worked on it 3 days in the early part of the month, and then I ran out of this blue ice Krennic in the ground. So I ordered more, and I got it this past week. So I worked on it more yesterday, so 4 days. And last night I also started doing the back stitching a little bit. So I did some of the back stitching in the border area. And I love him. Very sparkly. A lot of fun. I also put in more Krennic in the saddle area. Some of it is like Krennic blended with a strand of DMC. So I've blended Krennic blending filament, with DMC, but I've never blended the number 4 braids. That was kind of interesting, but not bad. And I do hope I can finish him this month. I may work on him more this weekend, or I don't know. It is my weekend, I think, to work on the Love with a capital L piece, so we will see. And then after that, I worked on something that I finished, so we'll get to that in a bit. And then, let's see, it was Friday, so I decided to do Felt Applique Friday. Excuse me. I finished off my 2 little Pooh ornaments. So here's one. Winnie the Pooh with a Christmas tree. Isn't he cute? And here's the other. Piglet with a wreath. I think they turned out really sweet. So they're together. The only thing about it is that Pooh's hanger is not at his center of gravity, so he doesn't hang straight. But it'll be fine once he's on the tree. I may do some more felt applique this year for Christmas. I don't know. We'll see. And then after that, I decided to work on Celtic Autumn. I intended to give it like a week. I gave it 6 days. So I will insert a pic of what it's supposed to look like and a picture of what it looked like before. So here is how it looks now. This is stitched on 28 count vintage country mocha cashel by Zweigart. And sorry about all the park threads. So what I did is I did the rest of her dress. It was right about there that I left off, so I did all this business. And then I started doing the border pattern over here on the left side. And I love it. Love how it's coming out. I did get a little burnt out though towards the end of the 6 days, so I do intend to work on her more, I guess, next month. My goal for this piece was just to finish the bottom half this year with the exception of the metallic and beads, and I've done that. The midline of the pattern is right about there. So I've done half, and the larger half I may add too because her dress extends outside the main like border area. But now I'm thinking it would be wonderful to like finish her. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll have time to finish her with my other goals this year, but we'll see. And at the minimum, I think I could definitely get her to the point where she only needs like a few days of attention to finish next year. Like, you know, beads maybe. I guess there is a fair amount left to do. I mean, I have to do her upper body and her face, and then there's little like leaves trailing down from her hands, and those are done over one. And then of course I have to finish the borders obviously and do the band patterns up at the top and do the word autumn. So autumn will go right here across. But I love the colors. So happy I decided to use this conversion. Credit for that to Little Cat. Got the details from Janet Granger's blog. And she's just so perfect for autumn. Love her. And I guess that's it for whips. So I'll show you my FO now. This is Angelina by Mill Hill. Little kit. So she was all done except for the beading. Basically, I spent 2 days beading her and finished her off. Isn't she cute? I like her a lot. It was fun. A lot of beads on there though. Can you see the beads? A lot of white ones in the wings, and the red ones in her dress, and the gold ones all around, and I guess, and the blue ones too. There's 5 different colors of beads in here. So, and I did run out of the white ones, which was kind of a shock. Didn't have that problem with the other Mill Hill kit I did, and it wasn't even close. I mean, I needed at least like 40 or 50 more. But thankfully I had the beads in my stash, so I was able to use it that way. And I still need to FFO her, obviously. For my last one, what I did is I backed it with felt, sparkly, stiff felt, and put a hanger in there. So I'll probably do the same with this one. And I'll certainly do it before Christmas. Don't worry, I'll show you when she's ready to hang on the tree. So all in all, she took like, well, hold on a second. Let me look it up and I'll tell you how long she took. So all in all, she took 7 stitching days, although it was over 5 months. I started her in Mania. It's nice to have another Mania finish. So that's all for the stitching, and now I'll get into my stash positions. This is probably going to be sort of a last hurrah as far as the haul goes, because I have joined the Stitch with Stash thing, and even though it doesn't start technically until January, I am trying to do a, restrain myself from now until then. So I ordered, some of the stuff is the stuff I ordered a while back, but it was just delivered, so I had an excellent mail day this past Tuesday. I got this, Eva and Raven. So I'm going to do these two together. Oops, like this. One piece. See if I can find a pretty blue fabric or something for them. And I'll probably move the moon so that the moon's in between them. That was from Leslie. She had this flash sale a while back. And I got the embellishments for Eva. So purple, fuchsia, and sort of a coffee purpley brown type thing. And then I got the embellishments for Raven. There we go. Magnifica in this pretty like oxblood color, really nice. And these look black and bright purple. And then I also got from her, an embellishment pack for Aphrodite. So you can see what's in there. Lots of pretty things. And I also ordered some Krennic from her that I needed for these projects. Some of this Krennic is from 123 Stitch, some is from Leslie, but here we go. So this, I'm pretty sure that's for Aphrodite. Isn't that gorgeous? That blue color? Oh my gosh, I love that so much. And then here is 002L, like a high luster gold type thing, and 192, pretty pale pink. I think that's for Aphrodite too. Nice seafoam green, 198. And a confetti kind of periwinkle color. That's pretty. And let's see. Here's the rest of my 123 Stitch order. So I got these size 28 bowhin needles. This is the first time I'll be stitching with fancy needles. I've always just used the DMC ones or whatever comes in the kit. So I'm really looking forward to trying these. And then I got some beads. Sort of a dark gold type thing. Purple. I think these are crystal honey. I'm pretty sure I used these in my Angelina project. And then glass pebble beads in this like orangey, slightly purple orange kind of thing. Amber, you could say maybe. These are for, you know, I don't even know. Sorry. I think I ordered them for, some of them might be for Celtic Autumn. Basically, I ordered them for things that I have on the go. So these are things that I need to finish, like my current whips. And then something I forgot to show you last time, I got this Stony Creek magazine from Stash Unload with this pretty witch on the cover. I've wanted her for a long time, and I saw a very good deal on Stash Unload, so here's the table of contents, show you what else is in here. That's cute, the repair shop sewing machine. And the autumn scene. Let us come before thee with thy, I don't know, I can't read that. Let's see. Let us come before him with thanksgiving, I think is what it says. And then over here, get the butterfly afghan, the witch, ABCs, to our porch. Lots of nice stuff in there. Although and this is pretty nice too, the school memories. I like that. Okay, drop frame, sorry. So yeah, the witch is definitely on my list. Flosstube itchy nose, sorry. And then I got this book, Charted Peasant Designs from Saxon, Transylvania. Yay, Amazon used books. So this has a lot of stuff in it. It's got like lots of different border type patterns, and here's some like dragons or something, and hearts. What else? Lovebirds. Those are cute. Little animals, all sorts of different stuff. I was hoping I might find a little Cupid for my Love with a capital L piece. Alas, no such luck there, but I did find something that I think may work. It's a freebie from Brooks Books called Stupid Cupid, and I re-sketched it a little bit to get it into like the dimensions and the aesthetic I need, because I'm just doing like a few colors for it, you know, so we'll see if that works. And then I did buy 2 electronic patterns, which I bought a while ago, but I haven't shared them before, so I will do that now. There's the Game of Thrones banner pattern from Clouds Factory, and Celine by Passione Ricamo. Or Ricamo, sorry, I don't know. And then finally my first pattern by Tilton Crafts, Up on the Rooftops. Love that, I think it's so cool. So that's it for my haul. Hey Flosstube, some of you have asked to see some of my other crafty stuff, and I thought I might show you some of my Halloween decor, which a lot of it is crafted by me. This is my upstairs fireplace mantle. So I will get close and show you some of the elements. So here's a wreath which I made. I saw this somewhere in the blogosphere. I'll try to like link the source below, and I recreated it for myself, and it's a straw wreath wrapped in yarn. If you do that, please use bulky yarn. The spider web in the middle is made with black yarn that I strung and knotted, and then the felt, all the little felt decorations I sketched out and cut, and I fixed with like hot glue or whatever. So the little bats are 2-layered. The boo is sparkly stiff felt. The ghost turned out really cute. I had a little Sharpie to do the features, and then the ribbon is sparkly black wired ribbon. So moving on, here's my Halloween tree. I'll back up a little bit, get the full effect. Then these are felt applique ornaments from Busilla. Here is the Boo Ghost. He's my favorite, I think. Jack-o'-lantern, witch shoe, candy corn, black cat, witch face, sparkly pumpkin, witch hat, sparkly black owl, black over the moon, I'm sorry, bat over the moon, and Frankenstein, vampire, witch face, and black cat. Those were fun. I did half of them last year, half of them the year before. My first felt applique project since I was a kid. Sort of got me back into it. And then here is one of my cross stitches, Haunt the Night Away by Bittercup Designs. It's on a hand-dyed fabric using DMC threads. I will link the details below. I framed it myself a few years back. Really cool frame. It's black. It has like a pitted effect, sort of like stars in the night sky. And then the rib detail on the inner and outer edges has a little bit of like red highlight on the edges. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I really like the frame with the piece. Happy with how it turned out. And then I have a little spider juice jar and a sparkly pumpkin. Those are craft store finds. And then the spooky letters. So these are wood letters that I painted. couple coats of orange, coats of glitter. I like the glitter, Martha Stewart glitter paint, so these were a lot of fun. Love those. And some more sparkly pumpkins, more craft store finds, and then this witch. I got her recently at Michael's. I thought she was cute, not too scary. So I don't want to have anything too like morbid or macabre on my decor at the moment, just because my son is so little, you know, he's 2 years old. And then over here I have this trick-or-treat bunting that I made. I sewed it based on something I saw at Pottery Barn. So I got some fabric that you can put in an inkjet printer, and I printed out the letters that way. And I used three different fabrics, not counting the white, but orange with black, black with orange, and then the hanger is a different fabric that I made double fold bias tape out of. And I did make it two-sided because this is visible from both sides. So very happy with how that turned out, although I could probably use a little iron. I have a few other Halloween crafts on the go, and if I manage to finish them this year, I will share them on my next update. Alright, back to the main video. And so my plans for the rest of October, well, immediately I'm going to be working on Love with a capital L and also Gigi. I would like to put in like a week or something on her, or 6 days, 7 days, something like that. I've got, today is the 15th, I think, and that means there's 10 days remaining until the Stitch Mania election Stitch-along starts on October 25th, and I am planning to participate in that. So I will split those 10 days between Gigi and Love, pretty much. And I may throw some felt applique or something in there as well, or some painting. I have this Halloween thing that I'm working on that I would love to get done this year. So it's almost done. I almost finished it last year. It just needs like a few finishing touches. And then the election day sale will start. I'm really looking forward to that. It will be a wonderful distraction. So I am planning to bring out as many projects as I can and just like rotate, you know, day by day. So I will be back on the day before that challenge starts to do sort of a preview and just wrap up what else I've done, you know, in the time between now and then. And then after that's over, it'll be November. So my plans for November are to focus on, oh, sorry, and I am going to be doing a vlog for the election stitch-along. So that will be fun. And then the retreat is in there as well. The retreat is that last weekend in October. So I'll do a little vlog on the while I'm there. Although I don't know about filming at the retreat per se. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable if they don't want to appear on YouTube. But I'll see what I can do. And then as November rolls around, the stitch-along will wrap up on November 5th, I think, or 6th. I can't remember when election day is. Don't worry, I will figure it out. I will vote. Voting is your civic responsibility, people. If you can vote, please vote. You know, it's very important. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but I think that voting is, you know, civic responsibility, very important thing to do. So, besides voting, my priorities for November will be Love with a capital L. I want to finish that piece, and I may work on Celtic Autumn and Earth Goddess too, and I don't know, we'll see what else I get to. So that's it for my stitching, if that's what you came for. Thanks for watching. Thank you, everybody, all my subscribers, everyone who leaves a comment, hits the thumbs up. I have recently noticed that I've gone under over 1,500 subscribers. I am just shocked and awed. I cannot believe I have that many people who are like interested in watching me prattle on about my cross stitch. I want to do a giveaway. I haven't quite worked out the details yet, so tune in next time. Hopefully I'll have something figured out by 10 days hence or whatever. So other than that, I do have a little bit of knitting to share, and that is the sweater that I'm wearing. So let me move the camera. So this is a pattern by Kim Hargreaves called Selena. It's from the Rowan Vintage Knits book. And it's knit in fiber Natura oak and wood. Used about over 1,100 yards of it. It's a sport weight yarn. I used US 4 needles for a gauge of 5 3/4 stitches per inch on US 4s, 3s for the hem. I did the 35-inch size. I'm pretty sure I added short row shaping on this one. I think so. I think I can see it in there. It's kind of hard to tell because it's like a tweedy yarn and everything. The yarn is really nice. It's what is it made out of? Merino silk and linen. Really good yardage, 175 yards per 50 grams. The only problem with it, it had like a bunch of little like loosely spun white threads that were sticking out of the yarn. I had to like pick out as I went along because I didn't like the look. I guess those were like linen fibers or something. But they came out easily, but it kind of like hurt my fingers by the time I was done from all the pinching and pulling. And the buttons are like a dual brass metal. I got those from Joann Fabrics, and they're on the cuffs as well. There's the cuff. This has sort of a nice like vintage aesthetic that I really like. Let me turn around and show you. Here's the side view, the back view, the 3/4 view. I really like this piece. It's, you know, warm and light. It's really nice for fall, and it's cozy, but it's not, you know, hot or anything, and it has just like a nice style to it. So one mod I did was on this collar piece here. I did more rows on the back, like more short rows, so I could actually like fold it over like a real collar. Yeah. And that's about it for my knitting. I guess I could mention that the book, the Rowan Vintage Knits, it's a gem. There's a lot of really good stuff in there. I hope to knit some more projects from it someday. All right, so that's it for my update, and thank you everybody for watching. I will see you on October 24th. Bye.